When a judge sentences Jerry Sandusky in about 90 days, he faces a maximum sentence of 442 years. But one man still determined to try to stop that. His defense lawyer, Joe Amendola, joining us from outside the courtroom. Joe, just last week you said you'd be shocked if your client was acquitted, yet tonight you're entertaining the option of appeal. Why?
We had volumes of materials that we really didn't have sufficient time to review prior to the start of this trial. And actually, until we go through those materials again, and until we have an opportunity to talk with one of our experts who was unable to testify in this case, due to time constraints, we really won't know what issues are involved in those particular matters.
Can you give us any sense of what Jerry Sandusky said to you, his demeanor as he left?
He was resolved in this. You know, this is not a surprise. The surprise would have been had Jerry Sandusky been acquitted of all or most of the charges filed against him. We said from the very beginning that there was a tidal wave of opinion on November 5th of last year when Jerry was first charged that he was guilty, and that was among the public and of course among the media. And we were fighting that concept of guilt from the first day of the charges being filed against him. And I said from the beginning, Bill, that we were climbing Mount Everest from the bottom of the hill, and obviously we didn't make it, but that's what everyone expected.
Matt Sandusky, their adopted son, was willing to come out. He announced late Thursday that he had been abused. He had been preyed upon sexually by the man who raised him. How can you deny that as the most damaging evidence of all?
Matt Sandusky was supposed to be one of our witnesses. He was on our witness list. Matt Sandusky sat with his family the first day of trial, and according to his brothers and sister, he scoffed at one of the witnesses for the Commonwealth's testimony that Jerry had abused that person. So it came as a shock to us when we received the call last Thursday night that Matt Sandusky had talked to the Attorney General's folks and told them that he had been abused by Jerry. From a strategy plan standpoint, from a legal standpoint, we convinced Jerry at the last minute, literally moments before he would have testified, that it was the better part of discretion not to take the stand. Jerry denied abusing Matt Sandusky. The rest of the family, the other four brothers, his sister, and his mother, were all prepared to testify that whatever Matt Sandusky said on the stand was not true, and that Matt had had some health issues, some mental health issues, had a history of changing stories about what he did or didn't do, and they said this came as no surprise to them that he would turn around and indicate that his father had done something to them. So we were prepared to deal with that, but again, at the urging of counsel, Jerry realized that had Matt testified, it would have destroyed whatever chance he had at an acquittal in this case.
And to get some reaction now from the prosecution side, Pennsylvania Attorney General Linda Kelly joins us now. We just heard the defense team essentially say that the victims in this case are all testifying, looking for a payday, and that this case was essentially rushed into court. Your reaction to their possible entertainment of an appeal?
I think that I can say that the defense in this was given a lot of discovery material. They were made aware of all the charges in this case and what the Commonwealth intended to present. So they had an opportunity to prepare this case, and we don't believe that it was rushed into court. The Commonwealth was prepared to go forward. As you know, this was a very complex case involving a lot of victims, and in these cases, the defense has to come up with something, and it's not unusual for them to accuse victims like this of lying, of engaging in conspiracies, or for doing something for financial gain. Obviously, the jury in this case didn't agree with the assessment of Mr. Amendola, and we're very comfortable with the result here.
I just wonder what your thoughts are after such a monumental verdict, given such a painful, agonizing round of testimony. This is there are no good emotions in any of this, but what are your thoughts after this verdict?
Well, my thoughts are that this case from the beginning was about the victims in this case, the 8 young men. And I think that the verdict in this case is very positive for victims everywhere, not in particular the 8 young men who came forward and bravely testified in this case and told a packed courtroom here in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, what happened to them and to their childhoods when they met Jerry Sandusky. So I think that it's very significant that the national spotlight has been so focused on this case and the issue of victimization that has been paramount in this case. And I hope that there is a positive result from that.
Thanks to Attorney General Kelly, also to Joe Amendola, defense attorney for Jerry Sandusky.